Grow, Sell, and Retire is the podcast for the lazy overachiever. B.D. Dalton, author of True Gravity and Grow, Sell, and Retire, is here to give you his 25 years of secrets, tips, and systems to take your business to the next level. This is your chance to find out what is working in sales, marketing, and running your business. If you stop learning, you stop earning. Now, here's your host, BD, with today's GSR podcast.
Hey, Grow, Sell, and Retire listeners. BD Dalton here from the GSR podcast, Grow, Sell, and Retire podcast, author of Grow, Sell, and Retire and True Gravity. Also, loving being a business coach and helping people get through things. Today, we're going to talk about personal branding again. Wanted to make sure we're really working on this because personal brand is so important because that's what people buy. They buy people, they buy you, they do this stuff. So what I'm looking for here is we're going to talk about ins today. The ins of your personal brand. Personal brand is what they say about you when you are not in the room. This is what happens, and make sure that people remember you for all the right reasons. And remember, we talk about in the book, we talk about attracting and repelling. A magnet attracts and it repels. So guess what? Personal brand repels the people you do not want to deal with, and it attracts the people that you do, because people are going to like you. Wouldn't it be great if you could have a business where you didn't have to fake it? You didn't have to pretend like you liked everybody. You didn't have to do this. What a business that would be. Some people call that being a veterinarian. But outside of that, it's just dealing with people. Dealing with people on a regular basis. So let's talk about the personal branding ins. Last time was the T's, now it's the ins. The first one is your network. If you've read True Gravity and you figure out, guess what? You are the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Anthony Robbins says this, everybody says this. So if you take your 5 best friends, your 5 best business friends, your 5 top clients, add up all of their incomes, divide by 5, and guess what? You get your average income. Either 5% above or 5% below. But guess what? That is also true when it comes to your network. When you make sure that you look at the people that you're doing business with, that you want to grow your business with, if they are happy where they are and they get stagnant, you are going to be stagnant too. You're going to be stagnant to 5%. Guess what? 5% greater than 0 is still freaking 0. So make sure that you are not getting stuck in a 0 moving forward. No inertia. It slows you down. You know, I talk about this with all sorts of people, is if you can get that network right and you get the right people pulling you along and you guys are working together, you're not dragging anybody. You're not holding the hands back and saying, you know what, I don't really want to grow my business. I don't really want to do this. Oh, I don't think that I want to go there. Or that you're going out to these networking events where you're talking to people that are printers. And printers are necessary, but if they're printers, if they're insurance salesmen, and believe me, I sell insurance, but it's one of those things where if you're out there doing this and people are in a scarcity mentality, and when they walk in there and they throw you a business card, if you are that person that throws me a business card, I am throwing that business card away. You need to make sure that all the stuff that you're doing is focused on you becoming memorable for all the right reasons. So you want your network to be memorable for all the right reasons. You want the powerful people in town. You want the people that show up and respect people in town. You want the ones that actually do the great things and the right things for the right people the right amount of times. So you're really looking at making sure your network is powerful, it's memorable, it's focused, it is so strong that it makes people go, wow. That person, that BD, he is so well connected to the right people that I want to go to him, because not only is he such a great person inside of his law firm, inside of his financial advice firm, in his coaching business, but what is he? He is doing all sorts of things for all sorts of people in all the right ways. So what does your network say about you? And there's some 3-letter networking people out there that have a great time, but guess what? Every week, they're going seeking abundance, but they're operating from scarcity. I went back to one of those a couple weeks ago, going there for a friend, and I thought, you know what? I'm in a room full of 50 people, and I'm not trying to be arrogant, but oh my gosh, I did not want to know too much about anybody else in that room. They could have been the greatest people ever, but when it came down to business, the way that they pitched themselves, the way that they approach things, I just wanted to shove a fork through my eye and say, this hurts so much. But then I got out there and I started to get back and start to think from this abundance mindset and said, okay, well, now what's the second N? First one's your network. Second one is the noise. So we were sitting there talking. I was at the Business Book Awards. I talked to you about that last time. But the Business Book Awards, so all these professional writers with their publishers, all this stuff, doing all this stuff in London town, in the big smoke, down there talking about where the business is going, what's happening with the business, about personal coaching, about all these different things. Great people that have done lots of research and lots of studies. We were sitting in the back of this room watching the awards, and there were 10 of us on the table, and 8 of us were on our Twitter. 8 of us were on our LinkedIn. We were all looking about this and saying, hey, look at me, hey, look at me. It's this presence mentality, is that if we're not noisy on Twitter, if we're not noisy on Facebook, if we're not in everybody's face all the time, we lose that attention span. So let's make sure that the noise that we're creating is the right noise. It's the noise that makes noise like we want to make noise. I just created this thing this week called hashtag GDPR is awesome. We've got this big global data protection thing that's coming up here, making sure that everybody's data is protected, doing all this stuff. But guess what? Lots of people are selling it from a scary mentality and getting this whole scarcity thing, saying, you know what, this is going to be scary, worry about your data, worry about this. I think is a perfect time to reevaluate who you have in your database, who you can put together and move it forward. And the guys went out, and the whole team, the Catalyst said, we brought in JC, and he said, okay, well, I've got this 103-point checklist. We can go through this whole deal, and the noise that we're making now is not, don't fear GDPR. Let everybody else be scared of it, and you take this thing, you grab the bull by the horns, and you run with it. You take GDPR, and you blow it up and make it into this big thing that says, hey, we're going to kick the crap out of this, and we're going to move it forward. So make the right noise. What are your competitors saying that's being negative? If you're a financial advisor and the markets are down, if all these people are coming in and they're trying to sue you, if you're a lawyer and they're trying to sue, okay, well, worry about this. Yes, you can scaremonger, or you can take it from the other side and you can say, you know what, this is great. We're going to take this forward. We're going to move it. This is going to be amazing. Here's the thing that everybody else is worried about. We're going to make this happen in a good way. Sometimes that is the most fun way to attack things. So that noise is constant, is moving forward, but it has to be focused noise. And guess what? Some of these things, I love doing my own tweets. I love doing this stuff because it's my voice. It puts it out there. And my team and everybody else they sometimes look at me and say, what did you just say? But you know what? If sometimes you can't understand it on some of the tweets, you just have to ask the question. But in general, it's from my heart. It's the love. It's the thing that I'm putting out there. The noise that I'm putting out there is just saying, I want the people that are around me to be successful. And sometimes, you know what, I'm going to put some spelling errors out there because I am just typing so fast, typing on screens that are too small. But in general, I just want to know that people understand that the noise that I'm making is making them successful. Grow, Sell, and Retire is all about making people go from reactive to proactive to intentional. And I want to help all the people that are listening to this. The last N of personal brand is know your numbers. Your numbers. These are the people. How many clients are you going to focus on? Your personal brand and your numbers. And this really comes down to your niche. Another N, we'll throw that in there. So your niche. So the numbers are how many clients are in your niche to deliver your numbers, your profit, the stuff, the money that's going to go into your bank account. So your niche focuses your numbers to make sure you've got the right money in your bank account. So how many people are in your area that would buy from you? How much would they buy from you? How much share of wallet do you have? So that how much is that number? So what amount of money would they spend with you? And what amount of money would they spend if you actually sold to them properly? Or engage them in an assisted purchase. So turning it from a sale into an assisted purchase. Because if people are buying, things that they love or know, or things that they didn't know they wanted, but now they know they want, they will just skyrocket. So it's one of those where you don't want to over egg it. You don't want to do too much, put their arm up their backside, whatever you want to do. But this is making sure that your numbers match your niche. So when you're looking at it, if you're talking about people that own Jaguars and you are only cleaning Jaguars, how many Jaguars are in this time frame? How much will they spend on getting their cars washed? How are you going to get to them? What is that metric? So what is that number that you're going to have to focus on to make sure that you have enough people in the funnel to make sure your bank account's full? I've been talking all over the country this last couple of weeks. I've been going up and down, making sure that people are getting proper advice. There's lots of business coaches out there. There's lots of people out there to help. And guess what? Tiger Woods had a business coach. He had a personal coach. He had a golf coach. He had a speaking coach. He had all these different people, PR coach. So guess what? Professionals get coached. I get coached. So make sure that you are out there trying to take your business forward. And the best way to take your business forward is to get some of the things out of your way. Coaches do that. So the book is out there. And guess what? I talk about it here is there's content and context. The book is content. It is information. Context is when somebody can help you, like me, like one of my catalysts, another business coach, anybody else can put that content, that information into context in your business. And guess what? You don't see the wood for the trees. You do not recognize some of the things that are getting in your own way. And sometimes, even if you do, you don't move them out of your way. You only have so much energy going forward. Your personal brand is being built around your network, your noise, your niche numbers. You want to get out of your own way and focus on those things. Personal brand is about what people say about you when you're not in the room. And if they say, you know what, he's got a great network or she's got a great network, says awesome things when it's online and emails, anything else like that, and this is the type of clients that they deal with, that is amazing. That is a personal brand that says, I am going to be wealthy. So make sure if you have any sort of sales function, any sort of team, anybody that wants to sell a business, and you live somewhere in the UK, then make sure they're getting in contact with me. If you live globally, talk to me and we'll have another chat. But in general, if you live in the UK and you want help to get ready to sell your business, if you want to be a prepared entrepreneur, the lazy overachiever, then make sure you get a hold of us at bartdaltonconsulting.com. This has been BD Dalton with Grow, Sell, and Retire podcast. Looking forward to seeing you soon. So make sure your personal brand is what you want people to say about you when you're not there. Have a great day, man. Go out and make some money.
Thanks for joining us on Grow, Sell, and Retire. For more information, tools, or to book one of our team members to work with your team, business, or to speak at your event or conference, visit bartdaltonconsulting.com or email contact@bartdaltonconsulting.com. Buy the book True Gravity on Amazon. If you want to work for the rest of your life, that is your business. If you don't, that is ours.